Hey, what's going on, everybody? Happy Tuesday. Hope you're having a great start of your week here so far. Got 15 matchups on this MLB slate for today. A lot of action. Before I get started, go ahead and like and subscribe, support the channel, and you can go ahead and join the Patreon. It's $5.50, guys. You're going to get access to the private Discord server. Already 56 members in there, building an awesome community of sports betting and sports betting knowledge. Super fun. You definitely want to hop in there. Building a great community in there, and love to have you on board. And become a YouTube member today and get special perks and benefits. Link is in the description below. Love to have you on there as well. 15 matchups, a lot to cover. Going to try and speed through these MLB ones today. First matchups, the Boston Red Sox versus the Minnesota Twins. Monday's matchup got canceled, due to some world matters. So it was going to be an ugly game anyways. So it's probably best that it was canceled. It's supposed to be pretty cold. Minnesota's still favorites, -141. The spread's kind of the exact same. Boston +131 with the over-under at 8.5. This is a game, in the video I made yesterday for this game. I like Boston. Boston's coming in hot here. Minnesota let me down over the weekend. There's 2 games. Trusted them back-to-back games. They let me down. They're kind of in my doghouse right now. So, at least for like a game, we'll see. But I like Boston +1.5, and I like Boston out right here, +131. I really do. We're going to go with the under 8.5 as well. Next matchup, we had the Oakland Athletics versus the Arizona Diamondbacks. For this game, this is the only game on this slate I cannot find a spread for. Literally can't find it, so be sure to check that. If I were to have to lean a direction here, Oakland finished off the Houston series pretty strong, winning those 2 games, but Arizona finished off the Cincinnati one strong. I do believe the first matchup Arizona was underdogs. Kind of expect the same here. We'll just see what the spread is, but I'm going to lean Arizona here, but we'll have to see when the spread comes out. So this game's kind of just a question mark for me. Next matchup, we have the San Diego Padres versus the Pittsburgh Pirates. Padres, big favorites at -220. Pittsburgh +200 with the over-under at 7.5. Padres finished off strong against the Texans series there, or the Texas Rangers series. Pittsburgh got 2 wins in Chicago. Looked pretty decent, but they've been struggling so far this season. It's really hard to even want to touch Pittsburgh at this point. Going to roll with the Padres in this one, and going to go with the over 7.5 here. Next matchup, we have the Seattle Mariners versus the Baltimore Orioles. Baltimore currently favorites at -137. Seattle +127 with the over-under at 9. Seattle, look pretty good in that Minnesota series there. Baltimore, man, they look so bad in that Boston series. I don't know if I can trust them in this one. Baseball's tough, I'll tell you. It's very tough to judge. You just don't know what team is going to show up every day in these 3-game series. You have no idea what team's going to show up. Not really impressed with Baltimore here. Going to roll with Seattle. Yesterday. I still like Seattle again today here. Going to take Seattle. We're going to take Seattle +1.5. We're going to go with the under 9 as well. Next matchup, we have the New York Yankees versus the Toronto Blue Jays. Yankees underdogs at +111. Toronto -121 with the over-under at 9. And I already forgot I'm going to try and get better at these, but I forgot to do the pitchers for the last few matchups. Pitching for the Yankees is Jameson Taillon. Pitching for the Blue Jays is Hyun Jin Ryu. Yankees finished the Tampa Bay series out with a nice 8-4 win, but looked pretty sluggish in those 3 games before that. Toronto, not really impressive to start the season here. Just kind of lackluster in my opinion here. I like the value with the Yankees. Second game, I know they haven't been that great, but I like the Yankees here. Plus, I like them more +1.5, if anything. And we'll have to see what the Blue Jays do on Monday night. But I like the Yankees plus 11. Toronto hasn't really impressed me much here. We're going to go with the under 9. Next matchup, we have the Philadelphia Phillies versus the New York Mets. Phillies currently favorites at minus 123. Mets plus 113 with the over-under at 7.5. Last 10 game, or the Phillies kind of a letdown against it in the Braves series. I picked them a few times there and they just disappointed me. Picked the Mets a few times in the last few games. I mean, they let me down against the Marlins, losing that matchup 0-3 didn't look very good there. Philly 10-5 in their last 15 games against the Mets here. So overall, good success there. Mets 2-6 in their last 8. It's not a game I'm too excited about, but I like the Phillies better. Mets just aren't playing that good. Pitching for the Phillies is Aaron Nola, and pitching for the Mets is Tejon Walker. Gonna roll with Phillies. Gonna take the over 7.5. Think it's a little low. Next matchup, the Texas Rangers versus the Tampa Bay Rays. Tampa, big favorites at minus 173. The Rangers plus 163 with the over-under at 8. Pitching for the Rangers is Kyle Gibson. Pitching for the Rays is Ryan Yarbrough. Texas, look horrible in that San Diego series. We'll see how they do here in Game 2. Until Texas can get some stuff rolling here, get a couple wins going. I just can't do it. Got to go with Tampa Bay here. Gonna take the under 8 as well in this one. Next matchup, we have the Miami Marlins versus the Atlanta Braves. Miami plus 170. Braves favorites minus 180. Pitching for the Marlins is Pablo Lopez. Pitching for the Braves is Max Fried. Another match. There's a lot of these series I just absolutely hate. Don't like either team here. Marlins just they've been struggling to score all this whole season. I don't trust the Marlins at all. Give me Atlanta. We're gonna take the under 8 as well. Next matchup, we have the Chicago Cubs versus the Milwaukee Brewers. Brewers favorites at minus 140. Chicago plus 130 with the over-under at 7.5. Pitching for the Cubs is Kyle Hendricks. Pitching for the Brewers is Brandon Woodruff. This is one I'm riding with Milwaukee here. Cubs. There's a lot of hate probably in this video because I hate a lot of these teams. Just let me down, man. The Cubs just aren't living up to. They're having a night. Baseball's a long season, I know, but they're just not having a good start to the season. Pretty lackluster, if you ask me. Gonna take the minus 140 with the Brewers. We're gonna go with the over 7.5. Usually with 7.5, man, I just think it's so low. 7.5 are the sweet spot for over to hit. They really are for me. Next matchup, the Washington Nationals versus the St. Louis Cardinals. St. Louis favorites at minus 120. Washington plus 100 with the over-under at 7.5. Pitching for the Nationals is Steven Strasburg. Pitching for the Cardinals is Jack Flaherty. Washington, man, they're just horrible start for them this season. Not playing good at all. St. Louis kind of had a rough last few games here, but they've definitely showed they can crank out some runs and get some quality wins. Love St. Louis in this matchup. Can't really trust Washington until they can kind of get a couple wins under their belt and kind of turn their ugly start around here. Going to take St. Louis. Going to take the over in 7.5. Next matchup, we have the Cleveland Indians versus the Chicago White Sox. Cleveland currently favorites at minus 113. Chicago plus 103 with the over-under at 7. Pitching for the Indians is Shane Bieber. Pitching for the White Sox is Lucas Giolito. This matchup here, Cleveland look, pretty hot. Had a rough couple games, 1-3 in their first 3 games, but they turned it around with that 4-game winning streak. We'll see how this series goes, honestly. I like the Indians here. I really do. I like them at minus 113, and I'm gonna take the over 7 all day. I mean, let's just hope some runs hit, and the 7, over 7 should be easy clear. Next matchup, we have the Detroit Tigers versus the Houston Astros. Houston, massive favorites at minus 177. Detroit plus 167 with the over-under at 9. Pitching for the Tigers is Matthew Boyd. Pitching for the Astros is Jake Odorizzi. Detroit, not playing good to start the season. Just not. Houston had a rough couple games in Oakland. We'll see how this series goes here. But love Houston. I've liked Houston so far. I mean, they've been a pretty strong team, strong hitting. I like them. Can't trust Detroit here. Going to roll with Houston at minus 177. We're going to go with the over 9 as well. Next matchup, we have the Los Angeles Angels versus the Kansas City Royals. LA currently favorites at minus 130. The Royals plus 120 with the over-under at 9. Pitching for the Angels is Dylan Bundy. Pitching for the Royals is Danny Duffy. Here's the matchup. I mean, Angels just playing better than the Royals here. Royals had, couple bad losses here. Angels, they've shown they could definitely put up some numbers. I lean Angels in this one at minus 130, and we're going to take the over 9 as well. Next matchup, we have the Cincinnati Reds versus San Francisco Giants. Giants favorites at minus 115, Cincinnati plus 105 with the over-under at 7.5. Pitching for the Reds is Luis Castillo. Pitching for the Giants is Kevin Gausman. Reds, great start to the season so far. Rough few games against Arizona. San Francisco having, both teams are playing really good. This is going to be a really good matchup here. This is a game, I like the Reds in this one. I like them at plus 105. I like them even better at plus 1.5. And the over 7.5. I love the over 7.5. Look for the Reds to hopefully they can crank out some runs here because they've been doing it, to start the season pretty well. Going to take the Reds and plus 1.5. We're going to go with the over 7.5. Next matchup, we have the Colorado Rockies versus the Los Angeles Dodgers. Dodgers, insane favorites at minus 335. The Rockies plus 305 with the over-under at 8. Colorado, rough games for in the San Francisco series, losing all 3 of those. LA, we know what LA is. LA is a dominant team, swept Washington in that series. Swept Colorado early on. Playing Colorado again for the 4th game. Colorado just couldn't compete in those 3 games. Don't expect much here. Huge price tag. Going to add the Dodgers to a parlay. And, we're going to take the over 8. That's going to do it for this video. Hopefully you guys did enjoy. Good luck with your picks and parlays on Tuesday. And I will see you guys on Wednesday. Have a good one, everyone.